What's up, fantastic humans? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be doing a Sims build challenge called the Thin House Challenge. And if you don't know what that is, basically it's where you build a house that is 3 tiles wide by 4 stories tall, and you squeeze it in between 2 little shell houses, kind of like they took an alleyway and bricked it up and made it into a beautiful home. So this is my rendition of it today. If you would like to download this, you can go onto the gallery and under Lauren in Edwards YT, you can find this and download it for yourself. Just make sure that you have move objects on, because obviously there was a lot of finagling that had to happen for this to work, and so you don't want that to be kind of messed up if you don't have move objects on. So that link will be in the description, and as well it will also be at the end of this video too. So no worries there. But yeah, if you want to download it, go right ahead. That would be great. So right now I'm just finishing up the entryway here with a little mailbox, and then I'll add in a little plant from cats and dogs that just kind of gives it a little bit of a pop of color, which is really nice. So that's kind of like the front of my little house, which is nice. I really like how the door and the window match pretty perfectly, and it just gives it an overall really nice vibe as well. So the first floor is going to be an entryway, a little office space, and then a little place for painting as well. And I really like how this one turned out, because it's kind of like a typical home in America where you kind of walk in and you have a little entryway, and then there's not like a thing right in front of you, but it kind of opens up to the back of the house, which is really nice as well. And I decided to go with that light oak flooring because it looks really nice and with like the modern vibe that I was going for, and it goes really well with the brick as well. And as you can see on the ends, there are 2 different or there's just paneling on the ends there, because I didn't want the whole thing to be brick, but I really liked the brick exposed on both sides, because that's kind of how the alleyway would have been, you know, if they hadn't bricked it up. It would have had the outdoor brick from both houses, so I wanted it on both sides, but I just didn't want it to be all the way around. So that's why I chose that paneling, but I think it looks really nice, and it kind of separates it very well too. I love that little giraffe lamp. I think it's just so funny. Like, it just looks really cool, and it's kind of a unique piece, so that's why I put it in there. As you can see, I will put in a speaker underneath on the bookshelf right now, and that is so I can put in music and have my sim dance and stuff. But what I like to do is actually download music and put it on my computer, and then put it into the Sims itself, so that it's not the sim list that I'm listening to, but actually music that I know and can sing along to, and it's just kind of a cool way to do that. So I will be doing a tutorial on how to do that in the coming weeks, and so you will also know how to put custom music into your Sims game if you don't already know how to. So stay tuned for that. So I absolutely love those paintings from Tiny Living. I think they're just so nice to put into little modern builds and stuff. They're just a perfect pop of green, and the white frame around it really makes it kind of blend in and really minimalistic, so I think it's really nice. And then I wanted to get out the canvas paintings that you get. I think it's level 10 in the painting career, so I'm just putting in that unlocks game entitlements cheat there. So it's kind of a long cheat, but hey, it works, because look at what we get from it. It's beautiful. So I really like that specific swatch of it, just because I think it's really cool with the typography and stuff there. And I think I do make it just a little bit smaller, yeah, because it was taking up a little bit too much room, but I think it looks really nice. And then of course we have that little desk there that you can have the computer for, or the computer on, and it works just fine, which it came with Tiny Living, which I really, really like that pack. I think it's a really cool pack. There's a lot of stuff that I use, especially with the contemporary vibe that I had, and in the more modern style stuff that it came with as well. I think it just goes along well with a lot of the builds that I do too. So right now, I'm just putting in a coat rack and the shoe rack, and of course the thermostat. Always make sure you have a thermostat in your building if you have Sims, because it's very, very important. While I was play testing it, my Sim was outside and it was actually overheating, so it was nice to get him to come inside and not die. So if you don't have that, it's a little bit harder for them to kind of regulate their body temperature, and your Sims could die. So be careful with that, and I would suggest putting in a thermostat. So now I'm just putting in a little bit of a decoration because it is a place for 3 Sims and a pet. So I just wanted to put in some leashes, some treats, and then just like a little plant as a nice touch for decoration and stuff. There isn't a pet bed, but I'm not sure if it actually comes with one in the pack. I'm not sure. I don't play with cats and dogs a lot. I think I played one household with a cat, and I haven't played with a pet since, so I'm not really sure all that comes with it. But I do like to use the build mode stuff as far as like plants and stuff. I think that's really nice, but I don't usually use a lot of cats and dog stuff. So this build was a little bit different for me because I wanted to add in that whole pet aspect of it too. So that was nice. And so that's about it. I'm going to be changing the lights. Right now they're just those saucer lights. And while they're great for building, they're not super great for decorating. If I ever do use them in my builds, I will scale them down so that they're not so big and kind of in your face. They'll just be little circles. But I really like that chandelier. I think it's really cool. It looks kind of like the planets to me, and it kind of has that kind of industrial vibe, I guess, and I think it looks really neat, so that's why I put it in there. So then moving up to the next level, this is where the kitchen's going to be, and I'm using the Island Living counters, which are very nice, and I really like them. I just wish that they had matching cabinets, because sometimes I don't always want to use those base game cabinets, and I ended up using those just because obviously I didn't have cabinets for the Island Living stuff, but it looks okay for this one. But I don't always use it, so that's fine. So yeah, I decided to go with white cabinets just because I wanted to have a more neutral tone to the kitchen itself, and then put in pops of color with decor and kind of the table and stuff like that, and kind of leave the kitchen to be more muted. So that's why I did that. I like having that exposed hood as well. I know some people like to put it in cabinets, but I like mine just kind of being out in the open there. I think it's neat. So I decided to do shelves on this side just because I wanted to have kind of open shelves and more clutter on them, and I thought it looked really neat. Also, just as a tip for people who want to do clutter and are in the buy debug menu, I didn't realize that cups, when you put them on shelves, they go rancid when you're in play mode, because technically they're empty cups, so they just sit there and get smelly. So if you ever use those, just keep that in mind, that they will do that. So I would suggest using something else instead of like bowls and plates and mugs and stuff. So I'm hoping that picture doesn't do it, but I don't think it's actually in the buy debug, I can't say that today, buy debug menu. I think it's just part of another pack, so I think it'll be just fine, but just kind of keep an eye on it if you do download this, and if it does start smelling, obviously just delete it, it'll be fine. So yeah, that's my little shelf place there that I think it turned out really nice. I really like how minimal it is, but with a little bit of clutter, it looks really kind of finished and stuff, so that's nice. Then, of course, I got the cookie jar in the corner and the little knife set and stuff, which, by the way, I thought this was so funny. It's called the Anti-Donkey knife set, and I was like just typing in donkey and stuff because I knew that was in there, but if you guys watch Hell's Kitchen, it's probably a reference to Gordon Ramsay when he calls everyone a donkey, and I'm assuming that's what it was there for, and if not, that's really sad because it should have been, but that's how I took it, so that's how it is. But, well, not that, you know what I mean. Anyways, so that's why I really like that knife set, and I think it turned out really cool, so that's neat. So under the stairs, there'll actually be a bar as well, and a table for 2. I didn't put the table for 3 in just because Sims don't really sit together all the time, and if they do, it's kind of hard to get everyone together, but they can sit on couches and whatnot throughout the build. So I didn't actually put in a living room, and there's no TV in here as well. So if you want to move some stuff around and put in a TV, obviously go ahead and do that. But I kind of made it more of a low-key kind of skill building place, more so than just like a TV and stuff, which of course you do have the bookshelf down below, which means that you can have the skill books, and then you have like the easel, and there'll be guitars and stuff in the bedrooms as well. So that's why I didn't put in a living room. But there is a beautiful rooftop garden with a hot tub and couches and grills and stuff there too. So that was nice. I love that light right there. It just lined up so perfectly with the table. I was very impressed on how well that looked too. I like the rug that came with Tiny Living as well. I think that's a really nice rug. I'm excited for the new knitting pack that's coming out, because I'm interested to see if they have more rugs and stuff. I know that we picked a rug, I think, and I'm excited to see what kind of swatches and stuff it has. But I'm interested in adding that to my gameplay as well. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, we are getting a community voted on stuff pack soon, and so that'll be an interesting thing to have. So right now I'm just putting in a dishwasher and a pet bowl there, and then a bin as well in just a second. Wait for it. There it is. Okay. And so it's all stainless steel. It looks really nice, I think. And then just a little green toy box because it was fun and I liked it. I also really love that wall texture. I just love that it's kind of like a continuation from the bottom, but they were trying really hard to paint over it. And then actually, if you see behind the trash can right now, it is a different wall than I wanted, but I didn't realize it because of the lights. And so I will go back and change it after the video is over, because it was supposed to just be a painted wall. I also really like that painting kind of tapestry thing. I think it goes really well with the rug from Tiny Living, and just in general, I really like to add it in. So the bar is backwards, which you can see, but it actually does work with your Sims. They can get drinks and make drinks as well. They obviously just can't stand in front of it because that's the wall, but it does work with your Sims. So this next level is level 3, and it has the master bedroom and master bath, and then it will also have laundry. So this build obviously does have laundry that you can do if you have the laundry day pack. I actually really like the gameplay of laundry. I think it's really fun, and it kind of makes it interesting and more realistic, I think. So yeah, I was building out the floor plan, and then I realized I didn't put any stairs in. So then I had to fix everything and make the bathroom smaller, make the bedroom smaller, and then just kind of put everything together there. But it turned out well, and I think it looks nice. In this case, the laundry is just inside a wall, and realistically I would have put in a door or put in curtains or something if this was a real house, but of course in The Sims it gets in their way, and then they can't do the laundry because there's a curtain there or a door or whatever. So in this case it's just kind of open to the hallway, but hey, it looks nice, I think still, and it's The Sims, so it'll be all good. And so this is the master bathroom, like I said. There isn't a tub, so you can't have a toddler, but if you want to, I think there may be a little bit of room left if you kind of move things around in this bathroom to put in a tub, maybe. Or if you take out the laundry, then you can definitely do that. That's kind of up to you, but there wasn't a really good space for me to do that, and so I didn't do that. So you can't have a toddler, but you can have a child, teen, young adult, or a senior. So we're close there. And you can have babies, I guess. I'm interested to see too. We had another community, voting thing. I'm interested to see what they're doing with babies and toddlers and kind of what new stuff is coming, because they kind of teased us a little bit with that, I think. So that was nice, but I'm excited to see. So obviously we have the hamper there, and just a little sink and the toilet, your usual things. And then I had show hidden objects on, so I picked that picture from Island Living. I think it's Island Living. Yeah, and I think it looks really nice. There's the washer and dryer. Obviously it's stacked so that it can fit in there. And it took me a second to pick out the colors because they looked different, but I think they're okay, so all is well. And then just putting in, like I said, another chandelier. I like having other lights other than those saucers. Again, I'll scale them down if I ever use those, so you don't have to worry about that. I love those lights from Tiny Living too. They're just kind of really neat pieces, I think. Like I said, I really like Tiny Living. I think they did a great job with that pack, so I'm happy with it. And I think it's cool that you can have a lot where your skills are, built like twice as fast, and all the relationships and gardening and stuff that goes with those Loctites too. So I did end up making the chandelier on the bottom floor bigger. I was just thinking about it, and that's what I decided to do. So this bedroom is a little bit cramped, honestly. If this was my master bedroom, I'd be a little sad just because it's so small. But I think it did turn out pretty well. There's going to be like a little light to the side, and then of course you have the wardrobe as well. Again, from Tiny Living, I'm just saying. And so it was perfect for this pack. But you do have the Tiny Living wardrobe and then bed from the base game as well. It's the best bed. I have a real big habit of picking like the most expensive things, and I'm sorry about that. So this house does cost like $130,000, I think. It's kind of expensive, but it's nice if you use money cheats or whatever, that's never an issue. But yeah, so it may be something to work up for, or towards, if you're trying to do it the legit way, I guess. So moving up to the next level, we will have a little balcony, because I wanted to do the roof garden, of course, and then I was trying to figure out how I wanted to do that, and I just decided I'm going to do a nice little balcony on the I guess 4th floor that leads up to the roof. And I think it turned out really well. I love that they have the grass there. I kind of pretended like they had some AstroTurf or something, and then they just kind of put that in, and put some windows so that you can see out from the stairs, and that brings in a lot of natural light, which I think looks really nice as well. And we have the bee box, which is like my favorite thing that came from Seasons, I think, because I also have I think it's Get to Work. Is that the one with the retails? Yeah, I think it's Get to Work, but I have the retail store, and I love to have the store where you have honey, and then you sell art and like vegetables and stuff. It's just perfect. It's like my favorite kind of retail store, so I love having the bee box so that you can get the honey. So I realized I didn't put a plant on top of the little dresser thing, which is what I wanted to do. So that's just me adding it in because I forget things. But I did remember 2 trash cans, so we're good for trash, we're good. I did forget the sink though, but I put it in later, so don't worry about that. It's fine. It's all good. The kitchen does have a sink. Everything is fine. So yeah, I'm just adding in some plants, just kind of pretending that they would be pollinators, I guess, if oh, sorry, drop my pen. Anyway, that they would be pollinators if they were real bees. Well, the bees were real, but the flowers were real too. So this is just a nice outdoor space with that light that leads up to the roof garden. I really like those string lights too. I think they add a kind of magical aspect to it almost. I really like those for real life too. I want to have those kinds of lights on my deck at home, and just like light up my deck that way. So that's good. Okay, so this bathroom is a 1x2 bathroom, which if you have been around for the Tiny Living, you know that there is like a cheaty kind of bathroom that you can do with a 1x2 tile. So I don't remember who came up with it, but whoever it is, thank you so much, because you're a genius and this works really, really well. But yeah, you can squeeze in a very tiny bathroom using the Tiny Living toilet and then the base game sink there and the university shower. So all of that is completely functional, even though it is kind of crazy. And in real life, you would never have a bathroom that small, hopefully. And yeah, your sink wouldn't just be shoved into walls. Originally, I put the mirror there because I was going to put the shower above the sink, but it wasn't really coming out the way I wanted it to, so I ended up just putting it to the side and then putting the mirror to the side as well. And so that's kind of what we did there. So this is the other bedroom, which is the single bedroom. It's kind of built for a teen or young adult style. It's got a computer in it as well, so you will have 2 computers on the build site, and you can do that. So, which is nice because you can have people writing or searching the web or whatever all together, and it's all good. So I'm going to use the Tiny Living wardrobe once again because it's great. And I actually really like that you can have that princess bed or whatever it's called. I think it's like Princess Cornelia or something. The bed have navy blue because the navy blue is in the bottom of the tiny living, and then you can have the light, the wardrobe, and then you can have the light blue because that matches the chair and the painting too. So everything just like meshed so well, and I think it was really, really nice. And then I did add in a little toy for some pets if you want, because I figured, if you have a dog or something, they'll probably hang out with the teen or the young adult in the household. So here we are doing the little balcony and roof garden. So I wanted it to hang over the balcony, obviously, and not have a roof over it. So it's all open, which I still think looks really nice. And I just realized I didn't put anything on the bottom floor, and I really wanted to add clutter in, and I just forgot to do that. And so I just went back and added a little bit of clutter, which is like tissue boxes and a pencil holder, I think. So back to the garden on top, we're doing a hot tub, which is really cool, and I love that it fit perfectly with the half wall there, because it hides it just like absolutely perfectly. I was gonna do the Sims, I think it's the anniversary hot tub, but it had like a little roof on it, and so that wasn't really gonna work. But I really like that little table thing that comes with tiny living too. Like I said, lots of tiny living in this house. It's a very modern build. It was a perfect pack to go with. As you can see, there's a trend here. Tiny living is the bomb. So anyways, this is a little outdoor area, and then I got those big lights again and just kind of had them going across the roof, and I think that's really nice. I don't so much mind the little poles sticking out. I think it looks okay still. So now we're going into the little community garden area, and one of the things that I really like to do, like I said before, is do the retail with the vegetables and stuff, but I like to have a greenhouse. So that's what I'm building right now. It's just this really big greenhouse, because that way all the plants that you get, they'll grow all the time, and you don't have to wait for the seasons and stuff, which I think is really nice. And it's just a cool gameplay feature that I really, really enjoy. And if you move the bees down and you bond with them, they will pollinate your flowers and stuff and make them better quality too. So that's something you can do as well. But yeah, I'm just adding in a little path into the greenhouse itself. So, that would be the path that people would walk on. And then obviously the dirt is where people would plant things. And then I do add in some lights later on too. I'm not sure if they made it into the video, but you can see at night this way too. And I just put in a bunch of seed packets. So you have all the starters, like fruits, vegetables, flowers and stuff. And then you have all the seasons packs of seeds, and the rare seeds and the uncommon seeds as well. So all of those are there, and you can garden to your heart's desire. I did put in a little swing set, so if you have the kids, you can have them get their movement skill and motor skills up that way with the swings there. I believe that does it. I'm hoping it does it. But yeah. So now I'm just going back and adding in all the windows. Like I said before, I don't like to put the windows in at the first time, because I ended up putting so many windows on a house and it just looks super weird. So I'm just, I go back and add them later, and I think it looks better. And now I'm just adding in like a little bit of decoration to the front of the house, and then the back looks really nice, and adding a roof to the greenhouse. And then I think we're going to jump into, we're not going to jump into those yet. We're doing the house traits, which is a home studio, sunny aspect, and the homey, and now we have our screenshots. So like I said, these are just, the entryway, the garden, the overall view of it. Here's that front first level as well with the little seating area, which I think turned out really well. I like the little desk there as well. It's a nice place to paint and study and sit and read and stuff too, so that's nice. Here's the kitchen. Like I said, I did add in the sink. I don't think it made it into the video, but there you go. There's the sink in the screenshots as well. And then just a little table with the bar there. There's the master bedroom with the moon, which I thought was really cool as well. Master bathroom. in the little sink area there. And here is that tiny little bathroom that you have here, and of course the teen's bedroom with the little wardrobe there. And now we're moving on to the balcony, which I think looks really nice with the moon again, and then the rooftop garden with the little poof from Tiny Living as well. So that is all, and you can download this again. The link is in the description. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Go out there and be the fantastic humans that you are. Be kind to each other, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.